level though. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I feel you, bro. Some niggas need that lower level type shit, but other niggas on different levels out here though. They not broadcasting it or nothing like that, but best know that a lot of niggas behind the scenes out here, bro. I got like 10 niggas like me out here, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta remember though. You gotta remember, it's all about results. Cause you can feel like you the man. But the Congress is looking. If we all looking at everything through a plane, is a person exercising their rights.
Right.
So they leaving on the table because it's like it's the difference between. Cause a lot of people say I'm like that. Only you don't prove to me that you like that. You prove to me that you like that. Because the thing is, a lot of people might think they got motion, bro. I'm trying to tell a lot of folks think they powerful, they doing something. But
I hear that too.
Nobody is hearing them. They peers, they city might know them, but the big dogs is not hearing them. The big dogs is not seeing them. The big dogs ain't seeing you. You're not a big dog. That's how I look at it. Because I got a lot of folks that say, man, let's drink, bro. I got motion.
Right.
That's the type of motion that I'm looking for. You know what I'm
saying? I love knowledge, bro. Like, to be honest with you, I am trying to link just to talk. I love knowledge. So even if you never link, bro, just knowledge is what I love. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I love, like, learning some new shit. I love, like, because the thing is right now, everybody fucking, like, they caught up in this shit called reality right now, like, per se. Like, you feel me? Niggas can't ever look outside of the situation and see what's really fucking happening. Like, what you talking, niggas want to, like, down you, but don't want to, like, do the research. That's why I'm not downing you. That's why I'm not downing you, bro. Like, you on your shit.
Yeah, you on your shit, bro.
Only thing I'm asking, like, just keep a cognizant, like, mindset that it's niggas out here that's on next levels. With everybody else, too, though. But as what you're saying, results definitely do matter, and that's where it comes, but it's niggas out here listening to you, and it's kind of like, I'm a knowledge hunter. I don't need nothing else, bro. I don't need the money shit doesn't really matter to me. Even if I get this knowledge, bro, family's close to me, getting that shit for free, but look, that's just me, though. I'm good. I don't need nothing else. Like, you feel me? I'm set in other ways, like, you feel me? So,
I'm gonna end it with this. I let my family get in for free, and they still don't get anything.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? So you looking at it like just love. It's like, man, it's not love, man.
Okay.
Giving your family stuff, that's not love.
Nope.
All right? Because you gotta look at it, because you gonna give somebody that's gonna ruin something, or they ain't gonna appreciate it. You know what I mean? Times the house is passed down in the family because they done passed down to my little cousin, and then they fucked that land up. We got this mentality like I'm gonna look out for my family. But who is the true family? Because my true family ain't the family that you see what I'm saying.
It's just who's gonna take care of it. Who's gonna take care of
the see what I'm saying? So it's
the
like
gift.
It's some family I don't even talk to no more because the mentality is different. And I'm not about to wait around for somebody that's not me. I'm not about to get gray hair. It's like you gotta meet me there. I'm not about to go down when you have seen me go. If that makes sense. All right, but I'm gonna leave it with that. I'm about to go. Probably pull up.
Right. No, I appreciate you taking the time out, bro. You don't even know how much this whole shit just like did for me. Like, because like, truth of the matter is, I'm talking all this rah-rah, but I probably just haven't hit the level you have hit yet to see that, yo, look, all that inclusive shit ain't even all what it cracks up to be. If niggas not on the same level as you. And that's good, because I'm frustrated, kind of like, sort of, and you humbled me in a good way. And I could appreciate that, Lord. Like, real talk. Appreciate that.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for still
tapping. I'm following you on all of that. We gonna tap in. I know.
Yeah. So we've been having a nice nice little studies going on lately. There's been study mania going on lately. Yeah, that mucus already getting activated. When you clean out your system, or you like getting on the process of doing it, when you start eating things that produce mucus, like you'll see that. Boy, you'll see it fast. All right. Should have tested my eyes out for this one. My eyes have to adjust. My eyes be working like the camera when it get real like blurry and stuff like that. That's how my stuff be getting, boy. I'm on 63% right now. Alright. We're just gonna go over some stuff real quick. This is what I was reading today, because this is one of a few things that I've been reading today, because we've been dealing with this employment. We've been dealing with these employment issues. And there's certain things that people do and don't know about that side of the world. There's a lot more to it, but I'm just going to be informational here. So everything that I'm reading here is just for informational purposes, educational purposes only. And I'm just reciting from what is posted on the pages. So right now we are going to be reading from the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, the EEOC for short. So what is the EEOC about? Okay, the main thing is about employees and job applicants. So it says right here, the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission enforces federal laws prohibiting employment discrimination. So you may say, what is that? So let's pull this up right quick. It's good to learn Roman numerals as well, because these people like to break stuff up in these ways. So yes, let's see what we got here. So in title, VII, which is going to be pull that up right here on the side. Pull this over here. Okay, that did nothing. VII is Title 7. Okay, so we're gonna go back. All right, let's run it back. So, the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission enforces federal laws prohibiting employment discrimination. So, there. So, the laws enforced by the EEOC under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, they say that this law makes it illegal to discriminate against someone on the basis of race, color, religion, national origin, or sex. The law also makes it illegal to retaliate against a person because the person complained about discrimination, filed a charge of discrimination, or participated in an employment discrimination investigation or lawsuit. The law also requires that employers responsibly accommodate applicants and employees sincerely held religiously. The law also requires that employers responsibly The law also requires that employers reasonably accommodate applicants and employees sincerely held religious practices, unless doing so would impose an undue hardship on the operation of the employer's business. Okay. One of the bullet points here underneath that is the Pregnancy Discrimination Act, where the law amended Title VII to make it illegal to discriminate against a woman because of pregnancy, childbirth, or a medical condition related to pregnancy or childbirth. The law also makes it illegal to retaliate against the person because the person complained about discrimination, filed a charge of discrimination, or participated in an employment discrimination investigation or lawsuit. Next, we have the Equal Pay Act of 1963. This law makes it illegal to pay different wages to men and women if they perform equal work in the same workplace. The law also makes it illegal to retaliate against the person because the person complained about discrimination, filed a charge of discrimination, or participated in an employment discrimination investigation or lawsuit. Next, we have the Age of Discrimination in Employment Act of 1967. This law protects people who are 40 years old or older from discrimination because of age. The law also makes it illegal to retaliate against a person because the person complained about discrimination, filed a charge of discrimination, or participated in an employment discrimination investigation or lawsuit. Next, we have Title I of the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990. This law makes it illegal to discriminate against a qualified person with a disability in the private sector and in state and local governments. So you might be wondering, what's a private sector? Now, when I was searching up some stuff earlier, running through this stuff, sector popped up because they were speaking on public. What did they say? They said public. It was something about public. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Yes, public employer. So when I looked up public employer, sector popped up. Okay, so let's just put this right here. Let's see what comes up. So a private sector is the part of a national economy that is not under direct government control. So what are examples of private? Let's see. So like a public sector would be something like a sole proprietorship, partnerships, limited liability companies, small and mid-sized enterprises, and corporations. So for an example of like a sole proprietorship, a mother who owns several beehives and sells honey out of her home. Okay. Corporations would be like major common brands such as AT&T, Apple, things like that in that nature. And that's public. Well, no, private sectors. So the private sector is an economic term used to describe a part of the economy owned and controlled by individuals or controlled by private organizations. In general, private sector organizations are companies that seek to earn profit. So they're not non-for-profit, so they're not NFPs. They're not charitable organizations, so they're not domestic or foreign. No, none of that. It's just a simple fact that they are not controlled by the big dogs, Ooh, them noodles just got to me. Feel like it got them cutting right there into the throat. It's just sitting right there too. Ooh. So, but it's a term that's often heard in conjunction with the private sector in the public sector. No, it's a term often heard in conjunction with the private sector, that's a public sector. Basically in coexistence with it. Okay? So the public sector are organizations owned and services controlled by government, federal, state, or locals. The Department of Homeland Security, the DHS, and the United States Postal Service, aka USPS, are examples of public sectors. So when a private company goes public, the business is not becoming part of the public sector. When a company goes public, it simply means the business sells part of its ownership to other private citizens. The public sector versus the private sector can be viewed as government versus private citizens. Okay? So back to the laws that are enforced by the EEOC. So, under Title I of the Americans with Disabilities Act, 1990, this law makes it illegal to discriminate against a qualified person with a disability in the private sector and in state and local governments. The law also makes it illegal to retaliate against a person because the person complained about discrimination, filed a charge of discrimination, or participated in an employment discrimination investigation or lawsuit. The law also requires that employers reasonably accommodate the known physical or mental limitations of an otherwise qualified individual with a disability who is an applicant or employee, unless doing so impose an undue hardship on the operation of the employer's business. Okay? Imposing basically means to force. Undue is like extreme or excessive. So pretty much and to accommodate basically means to help. So basically the law requires that employers reasonably help the known physical or mental limitations of a qualified individual with a disability who is an applicant or employee, unless it would force an extreme hardship on the operation of the employer's business. So some of you may be wondering, what's a hardship? Hardship is like, suffering. Misery, hassles, disasters, dis-ease, trials and tribulations. That's basically what they had that will keep them from doing that, pretty much, And there's ways that you can get around it, obviously, because it's in the acts. It's in these acts, okay? It's in the laws. All you have to do is know the law and or read about it. And if you have any questions, either go ask somebody that can help assist you in them areas. They might charge you a nice pretty penny for it, but that's why it's key for you to be reading, like, Alright, so next, sections 102 and 103 of the Civil Rights Act of 1991. Among other things, this law amends Title VII and the ADA to permit jury trials. The ADA is the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990. So, among other things, this law amends Title VII and the ADA to permit jury trials and compensatory and punitive damage awards in intentional discrimination cases. So, punitive means inflicting, harshness, cruelty. Okay? Alright, next we have sections 501 and 505 the Rehabilitation Act of 1973. This law makes it illegal to discriminate against a qualified person with a disability in the federal government. The law also makes it illegal to retaliate against a person because the person complained about discrimination, filed a charge of discrimination, or participated in an employment discrimination investigation or lawsuit. The law also requires that employers reasonably accommodate the known physical or mental limitations of an otherwise qualified individual with a disability who is an applicant or employee, unless doing so would impose an undue hardship on the operation of the employer's business. But those are just short descriptions of it, okay? You know, these are just quick breakdowns and quick overviews of the acts. If you have any questions about them, you can feel free to reach out to me, and or we recommend you go search them and look into them for yourself. So next we have the Genetic Information Non-Discrimination Act of 2008, aka GINA. This law makes it illegal to discriminate against employees or applicants because of genetic information. So some of you may be wondering, like, what's genetic information? In my opinion, so according to the EEOC, their definition, a genetic information includes information about an individual's genetic test and the genetic test of an individual's family members, as well as information about the manifestation of disease or disorder in any individual's family. An example, family medical history. Okay? So, most likely, you know, stuff like diabetes and all of that will come into play. So, pretty much, the GINA Act of 2008 makes it illegal to discriminate against employees or applicants because of medical history. Genetic information includes information about an individual's genetic test and the genetic test of an individual's family members, as well as information about any disease, disorder, or condition of an individual's family members. The law also makes it illegal to retaliate against the person because the person complained about discrimination, filed a charge of discrimination, or participated in a discrimination investigation or lawsuit. And last, we have the Pregnant Workers Fairness Act of 2022, the PWFA. This law requires that a covered entity provide a reasonable accommodation to a qualified worker's known limitation related to pregnancy, childbirth, or related medical conditions, absent undue hardship. The law also makes it illegal to retaliate against the person because the person complained about discrimination, filed a charge of discrimination, participated in an employment discrimination proceeding, such as investigation or lawsuit, or reasonably opposed discrimination. Okay? Alrighty. So, those were the laws enforced by the EEOC. Okay? So, right now, That was the federal laws prohibiting employment discrimination, okay? So, because we're talking about the EEOC here, so that's what we're reading on. So, the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission enforces federal laws prohibiting employment discrimination, what we just went over. These laws protect you against employment discrimination when it involves these three things. 1, unfair treatment because of your race, color, religion, sex, including pregnancy, gender identity, and sexual orientation, national origin, age, being 40 or older, disabilities. This is a form of a disability too. Hope you guys know that. Depending on how they put limits, even the Social Security Administration, they put certain limits on how you can see out of your good eye. You know, I think it's like you have to be able to see like 2100 or something like that, or not like over it. It's one of them. So this is a disability too for you people that. So, number 1, unfair treatment because of your race, color, religion, sex, including pregnancy, gender identity, and social orientation, national origin, age, disability, or genetic information. Secondly, harassment by managers, co-workers, or others in your workplace because of your race, color, religion, sex, everything mentioned prior. There's actually 4 things. 3, denial of reasonable workplace accommodation. We already went through what accommodation is. Accommodation is help. So denial of a reasonable workplace help that you need because of your religious beliefs, disability or pregnancy, childbirth, or related medical conditions. See? Assistance, 4th, retaliation because you complained about job discrimination or assisted with a job discrimination investigation or lawsuit. Okay? That's what those laws protect you against. All right? So, if you believe that you have been discriminated against, you can file a charge of discrimination. Okay? All of the laws enforced by EEOC, except for the Equal Pay Act, require you to file a charge of discrimination with them before you can file a job discrimination lawsuit against your employer. So in addition, an individual, organization, or agency may file a charge on behalf of another person in order to protect the aggrieved person's identity. Okay? And those individuals or organizations or agencies can be a power of attorney. Okay? They don't tell you that right here, but I'm telling you that after me doing studies, and not because I studied this has just been on my read today. This has been on the read and radar of today. Me just looking into other stuff, and then I'm, links into other things. So I'm like, okay, let me see this. And I start to look into this. Because I'm dealing with my little situations right now with employment, so that's why I'm doing this. So I had to start looking into stuff because I've been wondering about background checks. So that's kind of what led me to this point, to obtain some of this information, but I'm going over it with some of you. Okay? So you should know that federal employees and job applicants have similar protections, but a different complaint process. Okay? So, we're going to go over those complaint processes, right? So, this is an overview of the federal sector EEO complaint process. Okay? If you are a federal employee or job applicant, the laws protect you from discrimination because of your race, color, religion, sex, including gender identity, sexual orientation, and pregnancy, national origin, age, disability, or genetic information. The law also protects you from retaliation if you oppose employment discrimination, file a complaint of discrimination, or participate in the EEO complaint process, even if the complaint is not yours. So, there are also federal laws and regulations and executive orders which are not enforced by EEOC that prohibit discrimination on basis such as sexual orientation, marital status, parental status, or political affiliation. If you are a federal employee or job applicant and you believe that a federal agency has discriminated against you, you have a right to file a complaint. Each agency is required to post information about how to contact the agency's EEOC office. You can contact an EEOC counselor by calling the office responsible for the agency's EEO complaints program. Okay? So, about the EEO counselor. The first step is to contact the counselor at the agency where you work or where you applied for a job as an applicant. Generally, you must contact the EEO counselor within 45 days from the day the discrimination occurred. In most cases, the EEO counselor will give you the choice of participating either in counseling or in an alternative dispute resolution program, what they will call the ADR program, such as a mediation program. Okay. And a mediation is an informal and confidential way for people to resolve disputes with the help of neutral mediator who is trained to help people discuss their differences. The mediator does not decide who is right or wrong or issue a decision. Instead, the mediator helps the parties work out their own solutions to problems. Okay? So, federal agencies are required to have an alternative dispute resolution program. Most use mediation, but not necessarily the EEOC process. And some of the benefits of mediation is one of the greatest things here in this program is that it allows people to resolve the charge in a friendly way and in ways that meet their own unique needs. Also, a charge can be resolved faster through mediation. While it takes less than 3 months on average to resolve a charge through mediation, it can take 10 months or longer for a charge to be investigated. Mediation is fair, efficient, and can help the parties avoid a lengthy investigation and litigation. Okay? So if you want to know more about that, just go look into information about the mediation programs. So I'll continue this last piece. If you do not settle the dispute during counseling or through ADR, you can file a formal discrimination complaint against the agency with the agency's EEO office. You must file within 15 days from the day you receive notice from your EEOC counselor about how to file. Okay? So next is going to be filing a formal complaint. Once you have filed a formal complaint, the agency will review the complaint and decide whether or not the case should be dismissed for a procedural reason. For example, your claim was filed too late. If the agency doesn't dismiss the complaint, it will conduct an investigation. The agency has 180 days from the day you filed your complaint to finish the investigation. When the investigation is finished, the agency will issue a notice giving you two choices. Either request a hearing before an EEOC administrative judge, before an EEOC administrative judge, or ask the agency to issue a decision as to whether the discrimination occurred. Next, agency issues a decision, which will be a final action. If you ask the agency to issue a decision and no discrimination is found, or if you disagree, if you disagree with some part of the decision, you can appeal the decision to EEOC or challenge it in federal district court. Okay, so if you're gonna go through the court process, you will be basically requesting a hearing. That's what we'll speak on next. So if you want to ask for a hearing, you must make your request in writing or via the EEOC public portal located at publicportal.eeoc.gov, where you can also upload hearing requests and manage your personal and representative information within 30 days from the day you receive the notice from the agency about your hearing rights. If you request a hearing, an EEOC administrative judge will conduct the hearing, make a decision, and order relief if discrimination is found. Once the agency receives the administrative judge's decision, the agency will issue what is called a final order, which will tell you whether the agency agrees with the administrative judge and if it will grant any relief the judge ordered. The agency will have 40 days to issue the final order. It will also contain information about your right to appeal the EEOC. Appeal to EEOC, your right to file a civil action in federal district court, and the deadline for filing both an appeal and civil action. Next, filing an appeal of the agency's final order. Okay? So you have the right to appeal an agency's final order, including a final order dismissing your complaint to EEOC office or federal operations. You must file your appeal no later than 30 days after you receive the final order. You may file your appeal using the EEOC's public portal, once again located at the public portal, located at publicportal.eeoc.gov, where you can also upload selected documents and manage your personal and representative information. Okay. So an appellate is basically concerned with or dealing with applications for decisions to be reversed. So EEOC appellate attorneys will review the entire file, including the agency's investigation, the decision of the administrative judge, the transcript of what was said at the hearing, if there were a hearing, and any appeal statements. If the judge disagrees with any part of the administration judge decision, it must appeal to EEOC. All right. Next, last but second to the last, as we'll say, last but not least, but this is the second to the last. Request for reconsideration of the appeal decision. Okay, so if you do not agree with the EEOC's decision on your appeal, you can ask for a reconsideration of that decision. A request for reconsideration is only granted if you can show that the decision is based on a mistake about the facts of the case or the law applied to the facts. Okay? So you must ask for a reconsideration no later than 30 days after you receive their decision on your appeal. Once EEOC has issued a decision on the appeal, the agency also has the right to ask EEOC to reconsider that decision. Okay, so once EEOC has issued a decision on the appeal, the agency also has the right to ask EEOC to reconsider that decision. So once they have made a decision on your request for reconsideration, the decision is final. So once the EEOC makes, a decision on your request for reconsideration, the decision is final. And last but not least, filing a lawsuit. So you must go through the administrative complaint process before you can file a lawsuit. There are several different points during the process. However, when you will file or have the opportunity to quit the process and file a lawsuit in court, there will be 4 things. After 180 days have passed from the day that you filed your complaint, if the agency has not issued a decision and no appeal has been filed, number 1. Within 90 days from the day you received the agency's decision on your complaint, so long as no appeal has been filed. After the 180 days from the day you filed your appeal, if the EEOC has not issued a decision, or within 90 days from the day you receive the EEOC's decision on your appeal. Okay? And that right there was the complaint process, okay? So not all employers are covered by laws that the EEOC enforces, and not all employees are protected. So this can vary depending on the type of employer, the number of employees they have, and the type of discrimination alleged. So There are strict time limits for filing a charge that you should be aware of. Because of this, they strongly urge you to read the following information to help you determine your rights and what action you need to take. And some of those things are of coverage, timeliness, filing a charge, discrimination type, and prohibited practices. Now, I just read earlier about the prohibited practices because I was concerned and wondering about background checks, which led me to all of this once again. You know, because I'm wondering, I'm like, and I didn't really get the answer that I'm looking for, but it's like, it's in there. It's like it's in there, but it's not there. It's not like they're blatantly telling you about that specific process, about background checks, because I'm wondering, like, did you just tell them no? Like, no, I don't do background checks. Like, no, like I don't consent to background checks. Because I haven't ever did that when I would go to the jobs. I haven't ever did that, you know? So it made me wonder, like, you just put no, like, no. Like, we put yes and, you know, you still don't get the job sometimes, you know? And they run off with your application and then they go get your money and stuff from the application, you know? Most likely they go ship your shit out and sell it. But besides that, point, I'm like, what if we just say no? And then I'm gonna start testing it out. I'm gonna start saying no because it made me even wonder about the interview process. Why are we interviewing before acceptance? You know? Like, of the application, acceptance of the application. Why aren't you just interviewing first? Why are you receiving an application? Why are you accepting an application? And then, why are you taking the application? Okay? I've been doing my studies, but I have an idea why y'all are taking the application according to what I've been studying from the Fed, okay, from the government. But, you know, some people just don't like the jobs, okay? People, we not supposed to really be working like that anyways. But they don't like the jobs. Like, some people just don't like, you know, some people like doing what they do, you know? Providing services and stuff like that. Some don't. Some people like manufacturing and putting stuff together. Some people don't. It's like, why are you there if you don't like it? You feel me? That's why I say, like, when I choose my occupations and stuff like that, when I am doing it, I choose based on, like, what I like doing. Because I can't be sitting up and just be doing something like I can't do. You feel me? I'm going to make it hell for you. You know? But then again, it's like, people will be hating and be mad at you for doing what you like to do too, if you are in the positions. But so that's what I'm saying. So I start wondering. I'm like, okay, what if we were to just say no? I'm gonna start trying that, because this week I've been getting I got like, I don't know how many I got. I should count them, but I know I got some pages. I got a few hundred of leads that I just created up for the real estate. So I got that done. I walked around the complexes and around the area, you know, up the street and all of that. And I got all of the information that I should have for my business promotion regarding the waste. So, waste management. So I'm just wondering. I'm like, So when I'm getting ready to get back into like the working field, because I'm like, I gotta fund myself some type of way. So I'm not going in this to just be in it. I'm going in it for reasons. I go in it to learn how stuff be operating, as well as if I'm not out here panhandling. Spare change. Spirit change. I'm not out here doing that. You feel me? You know, probably should, but I'm not. so, all right. So I'm like, that's what I'm gonna just start doing, because it's like, if you can take the risk of, this is why I always say, you can take the risk of being foolish. Why not take the risk of being, you know, the opposite? You know, you feel me? Like, wise. Yeah. Like if we could take the risk being dumb, why can't we take the risk of being wise, sensible? You know, like, if we can be ridiculous, why can't we be? You feel me? Like, make it make sense. Like, make it make sense. Really, make it make sense. I be wondering. I'm like, yeah. How? Like, it really occurred to me, like, why can't we be realistic? You know. So it made me wonder. They can still deny you either way, right? So why not just start being like, nah, cause you judging me anyways, right? You judging me anyways, right? Right. Them there you judging. So since them judging, why not just do it the other way? Let me see how this way goes then. Since you denied this way, you denied the average way that we all coming in here. Everybody coming in here like, yeah. Then we start coming in here like, no. They could be like, wait a minute, what? Think about it. I really think about that, boy. Really, I really want you to think about that. Like, they'll be coming in there, you coming in there with some different energy. They like, telling you, I've got a job. When I walked in ragged up one time, like, but it was covered, and I had my stuff in like a pony, but I actually had it like more like, it was bundled up. When I have it like real, like bundled up, like nothing like this, because when I walk outside, I cover it sometimes to respect the others, as well as I respect myself as I'm going out there in the presence of others, because this is not respectable to many of you. Okay, over here in the world, period, you know, this is not that respectable. So what we do, I would take it, boom. This is before it even got this longer. You know, it was really when it was like right here. You know, now I'm down here. You know, I'm down here now. So, but I was like, okay, so these next little people are about to, you know, whatever these next ones come in, I'm gonna just start saying no. Cause it's like I'm already I'm already on the end of you playing games anyways. Like, the girl got mad because I caught up there, and a woman got mad, and I was like, cause I went through, like, you don't have to. I'm like, we can do interviews. I'm like, a call for an interview. She's like, oh, okay, well, did you put your application in? I said, no, not yet. She said, okay, well, then you have to go do that and put it in. I said, no, we don't. I said, since when do you have to do that? She said, you always have to do that. I said, no, I really don't. We haven't had to. That's been on the spots where you just do interview first, then application. Because why are you accepting my stuff? Why are you accepting why are you accepting the application, and you're just gonna, then you deny them. So you already got the application, the shit be signed and everything, then you deny them. Then you deny them. So I'm sitting here like, bro, really think about that. You deny them the job, and you take the application. You took the application. What are you gonna do with that application? And you don't need the application if I'm not. We're supposed to go through an interview, and if you want to hire me, then you can do all of the other procedures for employment purposes after the fact. That's why it made me wonder. So when we coming into and when we come over here to the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, this is why I was like, so these are like, I was looking at them as aligned and then prohibited the prohibited practices. Okay, but I'm gonna talk about that in another video. So, but boy, that made me wonder, and I'm gonna start trying it out, and I'm gonna keep y'all up to date because today or tonight, it's 1:11 right now, 1:12 now. Okay, it's 1:12 right now. It's 1:11. It's December 14th, 2023. Okay, so I stamped it, but as of this day of December, I'm gonna be, cause I got something in line. I got something in line right now. They hit me up. And sometimes I like that, I like to play it a certain type of way. Sometimes I'm bullish, sometimes I'm bearish, So sometimes I'm a call, sometimes I'm a put, Sometimes I'm a call, sometimes I'm a put, So sometimes I'm on cold call, sometimes I'm letting them come to me, So I play it both ways. I'm dualistic when it comes to life, period. I've established that. I comprehend that. That's why my signature is the division sign, because of I comprehend that duality runs in all things, all subjects, all ways. It goes either way. You just have to learn how to enforce these things, You have to learn how to utilize them. So when I'm sitting in here and I'm wondering, I said, I've been doing this way. Why not? Okay, let me see if I do it this way. Because I ain't really did it that way. I ain't did it. I maybe did it one, but I ain't really did it that way. So let me try to do it this way. Get it established, because you haven't done it. When I get it established, if it's still, it's not terrible. It's not horrible. It's not like it's horrifying. Now, if it's horrifying, maybe not. But you might be wanting to shy away from it. But besides that, no, boy, stop playing, man. Hey, yo. Hey, that's all I'm gonna say. So I'm getting ready to try that out. Like, nah. Like, I don't know. And it's in the it's in our credit, the FCR, for the discrimination, all types of stuff. And even inside of this, like I said, I'm gonna go over it in another video, but boy, it's keen that y'all learn y'all stuff, boy. Like, y'all gotta be on it. Like, you gotta be enthusiastic about it. I'm enthusiastic about this stuff, Like, I'm even like, you feel me? I'm even like, for this, you feel me? Just because I'm like, yo, y'all really like playing with us. Like, y'all really like trying to play. Y'all really trying to play. Like, y'all really trying to play. So I'm like, nah, boy. I gotta run it. Bone gang, I gotta run it. I tell the boy, them there, I tell that side. Gotta run it. I gotta run it. You feel me? But we going up. I did that. Like, that's what I was saying. I'm playing a bullish game here. I'm playing all calls. We all on all calls right now. I see us. We moving in the uptrend. You feel me? I'm moving in the uptrend. I'm hitting like this. We pushing like this. We pushing like this. I'm hitting in the uptrend, man. Like, it's been peaking, bro. It's been peaking like this. We got little drops in there. But it's an uptrend, we on the uptrend, like, hey, that's me being foolish right now. So that's my rightful side of foolishness, because there's a dualistic nature to it. So, I'm being foolish right now. I'm being silly. That's me right now. That's my nature, real comedic. Like, but only. That's why I say I'm the test dummy. I like to test the stuff out, so I have to study. I have to put things to the test. I gotta do my stuff because I have to know. But that was some information for you guys right there. So if you like this video, make sure you share it to those who might be dealing with any of these issues. Okay, I just went over certain acts for you. Y'all can look into them for yourself. And yeah, so you guys can help us go up. I will leave all of the information that you can use, benefit from. Like, this is, oh man, like, I don't know how y'all don't feel like you have to like learning, okay? Y'all have to learn to like to learn. You have to learn to like to learn, okay? If you don't like to learn or read, this is not gonna be a good thing for you or in the end, you know? You're gonna still remain, and that's what I say. We come from one way. Therefore, there's a start point for us. On average, 75% of us start on the low point. Most of us do not make it out of the low point. We just still grow within age development. But the mental development remains in the low point. So until you sit down and decide to give yourself some time, you have to take risks, because you taking risk right now. But going to go clock in, you up right now at 1 in the morning going crazy, while we up 1 in the morning reading on how to do certain things, you know, because we can always go. It's nothing to just, people are what? Always hiring. Okay? But this is what y'all fail to realize. It's easy to apply. So this is on the applicant side. On the applicant side, it's easy to apply, okay? It's an easy process. It's not easy to get hired. So to all of them people that keep trying to tell you, oh, man, you better go get a job, you can put all the applications you can in. Just because you do that doesn't mean you're going to get the job. And they're getting your money. They're getting your money off of them applications. But them are for other videos for another day. So, this is why I was sitting here wondering, like, bro, there's no point. Like, this is why they want everything online, too, you know? Because according to the Federal Reserve, I'll go over that in another video too, but it has to do with checks and basically electronic funds. So Check 21 Act is basically, I'm gonna talk about that later, but yeah, I hope y'all guys are having a wonderful night. Okay, if you're out there, invest into your knowledge. Like, it's as simple as that, bro. Invest into your knowledge. You have to invest into your knowledge. It's men. Some people are out here advocating and doing all of this for the women. I should say you should do it for yourself, so you can obtain the woman or the women that you would like to have in your possession. Okay, or that you would like for y'all to possess each other. Okay, because without you, it's nothing. Damn near, it's nothing. You know? And I keep telling y'all, the girls, the women, the female, they're gonna be fine. They are going to be fine. They are going to be fine. You wanna know why? Because they got them as well as the rest of us got them. Always out here willing it, but then who has you if you don't even have you? Cause no other niggas is out here looking for you like, hey, brother, hey, he gonna look at you like, man, get your ass up. Yeah, look at you like, man, you better get your ass up, nigga. Yeah, you know that motherfuckers is crazy. So say no, don't mind. So like, nah, man. But that's what I'm gonna say. Like, do this for us. This is why I'm here. I'm here to try to motivate the brothers out there. Y'all got a brethren. You gotta get up, brethren. Like I told the man when I was out there, I gave him the food. I went out there giving no girl no food. No, she gonna eat. I know she gonna eat. What is you talking about, bro? Hey, he out there fucked up, nigga out there messed up, walking up to me, no snot hanging down to there. I say, hey, brother. I say, hey, brother, you gotta, hey, I say, you better blow that shit out and clean yourself up. And then I walked in to the mall, you know. Dude looked like he was a homeless man, whatever, with all that, he posted right there outside of it. There's a white gentleman, and I'm like, and I came back outside. I had some food. I ain't gonna buy him none, but it was something I already had. I had a beef burrito already prepped and prepared that I had already. I had it in the tinfoil. Walked over to him because we came back outside. Then he was sitting on the ground. Because first he approached me. I pulled up on my bike, pulled up to the mall on the bike, but he approached me by the rack, by the bike rack. He approached me, and then he walking up, and he slurring his words and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm talking to him, chopping it up slightly, and then I'm like, hey, brother, I say, hey, brother, that's what I said, literally, I said, hey, brother, yeah, blow your nose, I said, and he was out there doing it too. All this start flying everywhere, like, so I was like, but then when I came back outside, he was on the ground near the doors. I walked out, and the laws was in the parking lot, dealing with something. Then they start looking at me. I'm out here in a blue suit. I had the suit on, because I think I had an interview or something that day. But I had the suit on, and then they looking at me. I'm out here. I had the locks out. I had the locks out, and now they looking at me. And I'm peeping them. But I had shades on at the time. I had my shades on. So I'm peeping them. They get the mean mugging me. The enforcers. We got to stop saying the laws. They the LEs. We the law. Damn near nigga, we the law. We really is the law. Like, we the law. Like, oh, you hear about them? You work for us. You work for us. They ass be going crazy. But it's facts. But you don't know how to really, like, if y'all don't really study law and know your laws, you don't really know, like, what your level is in the system. And then y'all come in contact with the LEs. That's what we gotta call them. We gotta call them enforcers. Like, the enforcers is around. Like, the stuff. Fuck them niggas talking about the laws. Nah, they as the enforcers, policy enforcers that wrongfully fuck with people. Okay, they wrongfully mess with niggas. So stop playing. All right, but and then I came out. I said, hey, bro. I said, you want something to eat? He's like, oh, yeah. He's like this. He said, yeah. I said, all right. I walked to the food court. It's right there, right in the it's close in. You ain't gotta walk deep down into the mall. It's right there. Got to the food court. Boom. I said, walked up. Woman looking. People always acting weird, but this is why I say we cover up. When you cover up, they give you different energy, okay? When we cover up, it's like I got different experiences. Some establishments I go into with around these people, when we walk in, we get treated like high society. In other spots, I've been in the spots and they look at you like why I gotta deal with these motherfuckers today. You feel me? So it's like I get the experience. So she's looking a little funny, acting a little funny. I said, excuse me, ma'am. I was like, I said, I wanted to know if you have a knife. Boom. She got me the knife. I said, thank you. I took it, gave me the plastic one. Bet. Walked off. Went on, thank you. Went on about my day. Chopped it, cut it. I'm like, I had my music banging. Walked out. When I walk to the door and I get outside, there are fire trucks approaching. What do they call the people? The EMTs? I think they're called EMTs. Let me see, just to be sure. Yeah. The emergency medical technicians. The EMTs was right there, up on the man, up on him. They talking to him and stuff. But these niggas was like dealing with some shit that was in the parking lot of hers, So I'm sitting here wondering, like, damn. So I guess they came over to him, after. the law for the enforcers are in they in their little wagon now. They're in their little wagon. The EMTs over here though, but they over there way near. They in a whole different spot, but they near. They closer to the door. Okay, they were away from the door at first, but now they closer to the door. Okay, but they watching me. Now when I walk out, I didn't say nothing to them. I'm still got my music banging. I still got the music. I'm feeling in a good mood. I'm banging some of my stuff. Yeah. And then I had it cut, so it was dangling. Okay, so it was like this. It was just dangling like this. So I had it cut, and I'm walking. Boom. They talking to him. They said, "This is all I hear when I walk outside." I said, "I gotta put this in a movie or something. Put this in a book." Right when I walk out, all I hear is, "Well, we're trying to see if you're okay, man." And but niggas slapping gloves on. You hear rubber. You hear all of that, the latex. You hear all of that. Hey, that's a look. All I had, is a brother right there. Then the two white dudes that was right there posted, and then it was like a fourth one, like right there or whatever. But I don't know. But the brother, he's right in front by the door. So if he's walking out, like in my person, in first person. So I'm walking, boom, to my left. He's down to my left, and then I'm like, okay. All I did is just lean it down to him like this, and I hear them questioning him. And then the one of the white dudes, they're like, one of the EMTs is like, oh, he's like, yeah, man, because he said, we're just trying to see if you're okay. Well, can you walk? And all I heard that, I said, man, yeah, that nigga could walk. And when I put it down, he took it, and I was like, man, yeah, that nigga could walk. The brother looking at me, he said, and wait, hey, and look at that. This is what the brother saying. He said, and wait, hey, look at that. Man got you some food? You got you some food? Yeah. He said, yeah. He said he bought you some food. I'm already near the bike right now. I said, I ain't buy a damn thing. I wasn't buying a damn thing, okay? I said, okay, I'm not buying it, but I ain't buying shit. I said, I ain't buying a damn thing, bro. And I'm still getting my shit. Then I'm getting my lock off. Getting the lock off. The boys is watching me. The boys watching me, but I got the Lokes on. I'm watching them, and I'm still looking at them, watching them, while my shit banging. My shit was banging, too. And I'm, got the keys. And I'm looking at them, like, nigga, the fuck is you talking about? Like, I was still performing, you feel me? I still perform outside, inside, it don't matter where. I'm performing my duties, you feel me? These are spiritual duties. We got spiritual duties we're supposed to be performing, okay? That's what some of us are here for, And this goes back into me what I was talking about for the men. We have a lack of security. This is the easiest way to break it down before we go. This is men. Men are the equivalent to public Wi-Fi. Women, male entities, male spirits, penis holders, entities with penises are the equivalent, have the privacy, have the protection and support, okay, equivalent to public Wi-Fi. Vagina entities with vaginas have the privacy and protection equivalent to private Wi-Fi. In-home Wi-Fi. Yeah, you can make it public. Yeah, you can make your private one public, but it's private on average. So all of the private qualities come with that. That's how the female vagina holder entity is treated. You feel me? So peace and love to all. The majority. The rest of you know what can happen with you. I'm Andréa Raysha, and you are on the Life of a Fox. And I want you all to basically get in the mind and get into the emotions and get into the realm of gaining knowledge, obtaining knowledge, being worthy, feeling worthy, and feel enthusiastic about it. Papa smile up about it. You feel me? Papa smile up about it. Like, damn, I just learned something new today. Feel good about it. It's 1:32. I just sealed the hex for you. All right? As for I and I, E and E, we promote and seal out the energy rightfully. I love you all. You have a good, blessed night, a wonderful evening, morning, day,